Hi everybody, Erin Wester here. It is June 13th, 2015. I wanted to do a video to kind of talk about where I am in my fitness journey and really talk about motivation when going through your journey. So I've been going through my weight loss journey for the past 7 years. So I had my son almost 9 years ago now. It was November 2006, and I gained about 60 pounds when I was pregnant with him. It's quite a big amount of weight gain. I mean, I was never a small person. I was always like a size 8, right around there, but I'm almost 5'10", so I mean, I was always, 160s, 170s, right in there, and a size 8. So when I got pregnant with him, I gained all the extra weight, and 2 years later, I was still 225 pounds. I was still a size 16 2 years after giving birth to him because I was in a bad place. I was depressed. I was busy going back to school. I was living with my parents as a single parent at that point I was about 28. When I really, really looked in the mirror, I had saw a picture of myself and I just didn't really recognize what I saw. So when I originally started on my weight loss journey, I actually started with Weight Watchers. They had Weight Watchers at my local YMCA. My mom had worked there since I was about, 4 maybe. So, I mean, we've been members of the Y for a long time. As an employee, we got a free family membership. So we've been going to the Y for a really long time. And they had Weight Watcher meetings there, and I decided to try this new class that they had called Zumba, which is kind of a combination of Latin dance and exercise. So basically in 2008, I started Weight Watchers, started doing Zumba. And in 2009, I was introduced to P90X by somebody I went to high school with. Because, I moved in with my parents. They still lived in the town I was raised. So I really was looking for a little bit more. I was doing pretty well. I think I'd lost probably about 20 pounds, 25 pounds by that point after a year. I mean, which is for me is good, slow and steady, was working for me. So I was about 200 pounds at that point when I was introduced to P90X. So, I did P90X, got pretty good results. I was down to about 185, something around there. And then in 2010, I was introduced to TurboFire and Shakeology by the same person who was my coach at that point. So this was about June 2010, about when TurboFire was coming out, I believe. And Shakeology was still fairly new. That was 5 years ago. Shakeology was still fairly new. I think it's been around 7 years now. So she introduced me to the Shakeology, saying, you're kind of stuck at the 190. The Shakeology will really help push you past the plateau. And, that's when I signed up to be a coach just for the discount, work on the business a little bit, sharing my transformation, my work. It took me about till 2000, I think it was 2011 or 2012 to reach my goal of 165. So I went from 225 to 165. I mean, it took years. It took 3 or 4 years to reach that, but I still did it. I kept pushing on. I reached plateaus, but I just really thought about wanting to get down to that size 8 and really wanting to be a good example for my son. So, I got down to my 165. That was about 3 years ago. But since then, I've had more up and downs, more plateaus. I really went between that 165 and 185 back and forth for the few years. Till 2014 when I was introduced to the 21-Day Fix. 21-Day Fix basically changed my life. Of course, I was still doing my Shakeology like always, but I really hated counting calories, really hated Weight Watcher points. I really hated all the measuring. 21-Day Fix, you kind of measure too, but you use the containers. You know exactly how many of each container you're supposed to use. In my first round of 21-Day Fix, I lost 10.6 pounds and 11 inches, which is fantastic for 3 weeks. I've been able to stay in the 170 range, 180 right in there for a few years. But it's still tough for me. I would go up and down and up and down and recommit to the 21 Day Fix and the eating plan and get right back on track. Motivation is hard for me sometimes. I use my customers and my coaches a lot to help motivate me to lose weight. And now I'm pregnant with twins. I'm at about 18 weeks now with my twins. I'm pretty happy. I've only gained about 10 pounds this pregnancy so far. Doctor says I'm doing fantastic since I was working out prior to this pregnancy. My abdominal wall is more built up, so I don't show as much as some other women. I was in a meeting for work with another lady who's doing September. I'm doing November. She's doing September with one, and she was about 3 times the size as me. She was saying, how do you do it? Are you small to begin with? And I'm like, well, never really going to be a small girl. Like size 8, 10 is right where I'm comfortable at. Because, I got hips and bones and boobs, Those things can't really go away. And booty, I kind of like those things. So I'm around about 8, about 170 is pretty good for me. For my height, for being 5'10", that's pretty good. So I said to her, I've never really been that small, but, I've been working out consistently for the past, 6-7 years, so that's a big part of it. And that is a big part of it. I'm not able to do as much workouts as I was hoping I could, just because I have a lot of side pain, a lot of stretching. So the side pain leads to back pain. So really, I've been doing some PiYo, just intermixed as I can do it, but I still use a 21 Day Fix eating plan. I'm eating 1 bracket up, so that's what I do. So I eat 1 bracket up and really, really work on staying away from the fast food, drinking my water. Obviously, I don't drink soda because I'm pregnant. I don't drink a whole lot of coffee because I'm pregnant. I do drink tea for the caffeine part because if I don't have any caffeine, I have migraines. But, I just, when I can't do it with the fitness, I really need to do it with the nutrition. And, sometimes it's hard, my appetite's up and down. But now that I'm kind of in that second trimester, it's been easier to stay motivated and stay on track. But I'm really excited for this pregnancy. It's my first fit pregnancy I've had, so it's been a heck of a lot easier than my first pregnancy where I was not healthy at all. After these kids are born, after I have clearance after my C-section to get back to working out, I'm going to do 1 round of 21 Day Fix to kind of get myself back and then kind of do some T25. I want to finally absolutely reach my goal. 165 is healthy for me, but my ultimate weight loss goal I set way back in 2008 was 150 pounds. So if I can get in the 150s, I will be super happy. So my goal will be to be in the 150s, hopefully by end of next year. So end of 2016, that'll be my goal. But as of right now, I'm still doing the eating, still doing the workouts as I can. And if anyone else is looking for some motivation, I always love having accountability partners, loving not only help myself, but help other people. So if you're looking for anything like that, to stay accountable, get some motivation, talk to me about my eating during pregnancy. Maybe you're pregnant, kind of don't know where to go. My doctor is pretty good with giving me suggestions just because she does Beachbody products. She knows Shakeology. So what she says to me might be different than what your doctor says to you. So you should still always follow your doctor's recommendations. But I just kind of wanted to talk about having my fit pregnancy because I kind of don't talk about my fitness a whole lot since it's so sporadic due to the health issues and the high risk of having twins at 35. So I hope that I can continue to motivate other moms out there, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good weekend. Bye.